Well, just really happy for the kids to get a win and play real well. Again, coming off a tough weekend, we got to have a practice yesterday. To be honest with you, it wasn't a great practice. I was very concerned about today. They seemed to be really down yesterday, down in the dumps from the weekend. And I talked to them for a while about, just perspective. People are wondering why I have a CJ on my hat. That's in remembrance of young man that was killed in a ATV accident, Cedric Harris's son, CJ. And I talked about Jaden Hill's unfortunate injury and, just, how life sometimes, is very difficult, and you're going to face a lot of adversity in life and you can bounce back from it. Imagine being a parent and having to bury a 14-year-old child. That's difficult. Losing a baseball game is something you can bounce back from. It's to have to deal with other things in life is really much more difficult. And, we talked about, just a lot of life lessons, that you can learn through the difficult things that are thrown your way. And, I don't know if they were thinking about a lot of those things during practice yesterday, but we didn't have a great practice. And I was really concerned that today we're going to show up and be very flat, but we came out and I thought played a really good game. We got off to a good start early and Gio gave us a lift with the RBI double with 2 outs. I thought Garrett Edwards pitched out of a jam right there in the first inning, made some big pitches. And, Helmers did the same in his innings. And, really the plan with the pitching staff kind of worked to perfection. And thought Theo Millis threw the ball extremely well. And everybody really pitched well. And we got some hits and, had some, got to have a little bit of fun playing the game again. So, it was a nice lift for the team. They deserved it. And I was happy that they got to win a ball game and enjoy playing baseball.
Coach David from Rivals, what was the mood of the team after the game? Was it improved as based on, as compared to practice yesterday?
Oh yeah. Well, they weren't, they weren't popping champagne or anything in the locker room. I can assure you that, but they were, they were happy. I mean, they're kids and, they were proud of themselves. They just played a good ball game and they're happy they won. And there was some good natured ribbing going on. And, you go out there and you play and you're working hard. You go through a full pre-game routine and then you play 9 innings and you're devoting a lot of time and you want to be successful. They were proud of themselves. They went out and played a good ball game. And McNeese has a good team. They just split a 4-game series this weekend at Southeastern Louisiana, which is a good team. We knew that they were going to be tough, and our guys came out and played a good ball game. So gets us ready in a positive frame of mind to go to Lexington this weekend and get ready to take on the Wildcats. You'd much rather come off a win and get ready for a big weekend series in the SEC than play a bad ball game and lose. So it's a win and it's a game in the correct column, overall record. And let's get ready now for an SEC series and let's see if we can start to put a dent in that SEC record.
Coach, I'm just sort of wondering what you took away from Gio's performance today in his first game back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, sure. Who's asking that question? I don't see him.
Taylor.
Hey, Taylor.
Taylor, how you doing?
Yeah, your face isn't on the screen for me. Yeah, it was good to see Gio back out there. He didn't really have any, major chances in the outfield where he had to extend himself. But I'll tell you what, the swing in the first inning or first at bat was huge. He went up and attacked that ball and drove it off the wall in left field, and 2 out RBIs are huge. That gave the team a big lift, and then he executed a safety squeeze to perfection. So, 2 RBIs right out of the gate. What more can you ask? I got him out of the game, not for, any injury or anything like that, but just the first day back, playing 7 innings, I thought was enough. The score was a score that, felt like we had the game pretty much in hand, and there was no use taking any more chances that he might strain the hamstring. So, I thought he did a good job.
And then a follow-up, if I could, real quick. If you had to put a number on it, would you say he's 100% back to full health, or
He tells
close
me
to
he's
being?
100%. I haven't seen him run full speed, in a game yet. When I watch him out there, chasing fly balls in practice yesterday, I wouldn't have described it as 100%. It looked like he was still holding back a little bit. I would probably, if I put a number on it, I'd say 80 to 90%. But he tells me it's 100%. So I don't know if he's purposely holding back a little bit unless he needs to really, get after it, or if something is there that's keeping him from doing it. But there hasn't been a need for him to fully extend tonight, nor in practice yesterday. So, we'll see. Hopefully it'll hang in there. And, I tried the little, Will Safford kid this past weekend, but you could see that, he's just lacking experience, or a couple plays that he didn't get great jumps on the ball. And I think balls that Gio probably would have caught and, could have, perhaps changed a little bit of the direction of the game, this past weekend. So, we're a better team if Gio's in there. So we're going to hopefully, be able to keep him in there and keep him healthy.
Paul, it's Wilson. In the big fourth inning there, it seemed like y'all were trying to manufacture runs a little bit, maybe not rely on the long ball quite as much. Was that a sort of a concerted effort coming to this, that you wanted to get down some bunts and really move guys around more?
Yeah, well, the situations presented themselves for us, Wilson. We haven't had a lot of opportunities, when you only get 4 hits in a game like we did all 3 games this weekend. And especially when you're behind in the games, the opportunities don't really present themselves that much for you. Today, fortunately, we got a lead, and then we had several base runners, and the outs and the personnel of the situations allowed us to put some pressure on the other team. And, that's how I like to coach, is put some pressure on the other team. When Zach Arnold put his bunt down, that was not an intended sacrifice bunt. He was bunting for a hit. He just put it too much towards the pitcher. But as it turned out, it moved 2 runners into scoring position, and then Dylan Cruz came through with a base hit. So it worked out well for us. But, we had I think we had a hit and run where the runners were able to move up, and we were going to bunt with Jordan Thompson, but then the count got to an advantage count, and he got a good pitch to hit. So I went ahead and let him hit, and he ended up coming through with an RBI single, which was really big. Yeah, but when you can't sit around and just wait for big home runs or big hits, if you're struggling to score runs, and we'd been struggling to score runs. So I kind of, was hoping that we'd have some situations where we could kind of put runners in motion and try to make some things happen. And it worked out well for us tonight. Guys loosen up when that happens. They, create holes out there in the defense, and you kind of get them on their heels a little bit, and it gets everybody loosened up. And, I thought it worked out well tonight.
Real quick, speaking of Zach Arnold, is he okay after getting hit there?
I don't know. I tell you, I'm worried, to be honest with you. He got hit right in the back of his hand, and it really swelled up fast, and we're getting it x-rayed tonight. So I'm waiting to hear from our trainer. I'm hopeful, but I wouldn't be surprised if I get bad news. Let's put it that way.
My last question is, from what you saw tonight, anybody stand out in terms of they made their case to be that Sunday starter in Lexington?
Well, I thought Garrett Edwards threw well, and obviously, that was something I wanted to see how he'd look. But Blake Money is certainly a candidate as well. AD and I will talk about it tomorrow, and come up with a little bit of a plan. But I'm sure we're just going to take it one game at a time this weekend, David, and have all hands on deck, and try to win the first game and have everybody available, and see where we go from there. I'm sure it's going to be I'm sure what we'll announce is Marceau, Labus, and then TVA, and see where we are, after 2 games. Okay. Thank you all.